Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, TEDx. Thank you, DJSC, for having me here, and it's such a pleasure. Okay, so we're here today to talk about the ripple effect, right? Small actions, big results. I think my entire life has been around this, in all honesty. और आज की डेट में हमें लगता है कि impact कैसे करें. To have an impact, it resonates with having a lot of fan following, being famous, having a lot of followers, but I don't agree. I really don't. I feel impact is made by emotional resonance. You understand what I'm saying? Emotional resonance. Like, for example, let me start about my life. For me, dance. How did dance happen? It wasn't a grand plan that was made and I, executed it. It wasn't. It just started with one yes, with one audition, with one small dance floor in my studio in Bangalore, all the way these big stages that I performed on. And when I look back, it used to be also the people who believed in me, even when I didn't. So more than the ripples that happen in the career, I think it's more of the emotional ripples that happen. Let me start with stories of my life, that I think you will resonate with and you'll understand what I'm exactly trying to say. So these stories are from my life and they're very personal and nobody, no podcast, so nobody has ever heard them. This is the first time you'll be hearing these stories. So the first story, I'd like to call it The Watch. Okay? I grew up in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia 25-30 years back was really conservative. Really conservative. And we didn't have a lot of options for entertainment. हम लोग या तो बाहर कहीं घूमने जाते हैं, या घर पे मूवी देखते हैं, या फिर we would go for a pilgrimage. Since Mecca was closed, we would go for Umrah, the pilgrimage that we would go for. So one of these weekends, like every weekend when we go out, we used to go to these malls. हमारे बहुत mall culture. And when we were in this mall, my dad would go and silently stand outside a watch store and just admire watches. He'd never step in it, not once. Throughout my childhood till my adulthood, I've never seen him step inside the watch shop. Only stand outside near that glass pane and observe those watches and quietly admire them. When I was young, I had gone to him and I told him, Dad, chalo andar chalte, let's go inside. He smiled and he nodded his head like, no. For me to later realize that this wasn't just window shopping. He had a dream to own that watch, right? Which he silently pushed it aside. Why? Because our dreams had come in place. The typical Indian father, right? Sacrificing for the children. He did that. But that silent moment of his repeated over the time, and I observing that over the time, stirred something in me. A thought that मैं इनको बड़ा होके वॉच दे रहा हूँ, रोलेक्स, ये वॉच मैं इनको दे रहा हूँ. It did stir something in me, right? And उसके बाद क्या हुआ? After many years, of course, I did buy the watch. I went, I sat him down, I gave it in his lap. He didn't know what it is. He opened it up, and when he saw the Rolex box, that day I saw a 65-year-old man start shivering. He had tears in his eyes and he jumped out of the chair and he hugged me and he cried. Imagine that silent moment of his unintentionally has shaped everything that I am today. That is the ripple effect. Oh, by the way, that video is on Instagram. If you ever want to go and see, maybe 2020 के अंदर मैंने वो video भी निकाला था उसका. I have that moment captured on Cellulite for Life. So that is one ripple effect that happened. And that ripple effect was from whom? From me? No. It was from somebody else. And that stirred something in me. And he didn't even know. He was silently doing his thing. Just like that, my second story is about me, about my dance. I call it the Muqabla moment. I know where, I guess you know where I'm going to. So like I said, back in the day, Saudi Arabia, conservative, not much to do. हमारे घर में ना उस टाइम पे ना Thursday and Friday used to be holidays. And Thursday night या तो हम बैठ के पूरा खाना खाने के बाद movie night. हमारे घर में like proper Bollywood. उस समय आप लोगों को पता नहीं होगा, but I come from a generation of 80s. उस टाइम पे VCRs होते थे. ऐसे खुलता था और एक कैसेट लगती थी. और वो कैसेट के अंदर फिल्म्स है ना, वो फिल्म्स हमें मिलती थी। तो हमारे घर में मतलब डिनर हो गया, हम बैठे हैं, आई वाज इन माय 6th ग्रेड, ये वीसीआर कैसेट लगी एंड दिस मूवी दैट हैड द सॉन्ग मुकाबला, 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 that song when I saw the movie, when I saw that song, that changed me as a person. It hit me like a bolt of lightning ke yaar, I saw Prabhu Deva dance like I had never seen anybody dance before. I'm like, how can a man move like this? उसके बाद वो कैसेट ना हायर के लिए वापस गई नहीं, वो फिर मेरे पास ही रह गई. And every day, rewind, forward, pause, एक step I started learning. I started embodying every move of his. मॉम को लगा मैं पागल हो गया हूँ, ठीक है. I started doing this. उसके बाद मुझे शायद तकरीबन 1-1.5 महीना लगा. उसके बाद हर शादी, हर बारात, हर पार्टी में एक बंदा डांस कर रहा है. कौन? And that is how it started, the love for dance. And from there I went on to find Michael Jackson in my life and embodying him, and then so on and on and on, ripple after ripple after ripple. Never imagined, never had a plan कि अपने जिंदगी में डांसिंग का कुछ करियर करूँगा, नहीं करूँगा. I'm a mechanical engineer by education. I come from a family जहाँ पे डॉक्टर और इंजीनियर आप नहीं हो तो आपकी इज्जत ही नहीं है. I come from a generation like that. So my cousin has been क्या बोलते हैं VTU का 2nd रैंक होल्डर इन कर्नाटका. और वो हमेशा से प्रेशर आता था हम पे कि देखो फैसल भैया डॉक्टर, इसमें स्कॉलरशिप में पढ़े, लंदन गए. वो इतना प्रेशर मॉम से आता था कि आई स्टार्टेड हेटिंग फैसल भैया. हम लोग ये फैसल भैया जिस दिन मिले ना गला दबा दूंगा. मतलब यू अंडरस्टैंड ना, होता है ना एक पीयर प्रेशर के, देखो इनको देखो. बट व्हेन आई वन डांसिंग डांस, ऑफ कोर्स पूरा खानदान मेरा फोटो लगा के वोट फॉर सलमान निकला और उसमें सबसे आगे फैसल भैया थे. देन आई वाज लाइक मॉम, फैसल भैया, my photo. So alhamdulillah. So again, coming back to the story, I came to India, dance found me, got into a college had a dance group, started exploring dance. कब passion एक necessity बन गया पता नहीं चला. And this entire opportunity came. And this entire opportunity came in a very beautiful way. Because I had lost a year in my engineering. Okay. And my dad called me up. He was working in Saudi and he said कि यार मेरे पैसे हराम में नहीं आ गए कि मैं इधर मेहनत करके कमा रहा हूँ और तुम यहाँ पे फेल हो रहे हो. Do whatever you have to do. I heard mom saying कि you've been dancing a lot and doing some shows and everything. Keep dancing. I'm not going to pay for your college fees. And उस time पे my college fee, yearly fee was 75,000. I'm talking about 2004, 2005. 75,000 कहाँ से ला? So then my dad stopped paying college fee. I joined a dance group. I started dancing, earning money, paying my college fees. मैं सुबह में 4 बजे उठता, कॉलेज जाता, कॉलेज के रिहर्सल जाता, रिहर्सल के बाद कॉलेज के हॉस्टल में जाके दोस्त के एक कमरे में टेक शावर, स्लीप थ्रू कॉलेज, गेट अप, गो टू शोज, कम बैक होम. And I was struggling where my friends and their parents were, empowering them, sending them to London, sending them to Bombay to train. मुझे लग रहा था कि यार, why am I going through this? The next 2-3 years of my life, I kept doing this routine. But I did not realize that I was training really hard. Every skill set, every dance style. Only for a show like Dancing and Dance to come in my life. और मैं जो वो corporate shows पे करता था, मैंने वही चीज़ किया television पे, in front of millions. And everybody became, wow! I'm like, यार कुछ अलग तो नहीं किया, ये तो मैं पहले भी करता था. It became that. So from there going on and on and on and to where I am today, and then after many years doing a movie called Street Dancer 3D, जहाँ पे I stood right next to Prabhu Deva sir and did Muqabla in 2.0. A boy in Saudi Arabia in a house watching on screen Prabhu Deva. I don't think he knew what an impact is made or what a ripple is created. And that ripple became a tsunami in my life. You realize what's happened here? Right? So for me in my dance career, it became a full circle for me coming. And I told Prabhu sir also about it. And today, he for me has been the first person who inspired me to dance. He for me is the GOAT, greatest of all times. And today is one phone call away. And we discuss movies, we play chess together. I've done 3 films with him. It's surreal. It's surreal. My third story, let's come to my third story. My third story is not mine, but something that I really got inspired by. It's the story of the gentleman called Billy Ray Harris. Have you heard of him? You must have not. Why? Because he is a man who was on the streets of USA, a broken man, a man who had given up in life, a man who had no family, who was on the streets, who he didn't even know how he would meet his ends meet. आज सुबह में खाना मिल गया तो शाम में कैसे खाना मिलेगा उसको पता ही नहीं था. One day what happened is when the place that he sits and he begs, he found a diamond ring. So he took the diamond ring and he went to a pawn shop. कि भाई ये इसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी? What is this worth? And that guy said it's $4,000. $4,000 back in the day was big amount. He could have eaten for months together, lavish meals. And he had all these thoughts. But you know what he did? He didn't sell it. Took the ring and got it back and stayed with it. And the next day, this lady came, hassled, looking for that ring, finding कि यार मेरी engagement ring, really expensive ring, I've lost it somewhere. And she happened to meet him, he happened to meet her, and he just gave that ring back to her without expecting anything in return. Do you understand the power that you have to be in you to do that? And he did that without any expectations. And that moved that girl so much and her family so much that they really wanted to do something for this gentleman. And this African American guy, they thought, how can we help him? So they said, let's put a fund together, a fundraiser together for him. And they put a fundraiser for him. And they put it on Facebook. The media picked it up. Facebook picked it up. People picked it up. And people started putting money in that fundraiser. इनको लगा कि यार चलो कुछ पैसा ये बंदा कमा लेगा. He ended up making $190,000 जो उस टाइम के तकरीबन 1.5 करोड़ होते. 1.5 करोड़, from which he could buy a house, buy a car, start a business. His family that he had lost had come back. His integrity came back. How? By one simple gesture of honesty, which he did not do to show off. वो कोई सोशल मीडिया पे दिखाने के लिए उसने उसको वापस नहीं दिया, किसी को शो ऑफ करने के लिए नहीं. It was in him. He thought this is the right thing to do, and he gave it in silence. And that resonated and created ripples in such a way that his life is established right now. Billy Ray Harris. Google him up. Look him up. You will get everything, more details in depth. I get super inspired by this story. Okay, you don't have to every time do it for social media. हमारी generation ऐसे हो गई है ना कि everything we do, खाना खाने से पहले भी हम social media पे क्या खा रहे हैं, कहाँ जा रहे हैं, क्या, it become everything about that. But life is not about that, right? Coming to my fourth story. My fourth story is about me and my son and me planting a tree. So Bamla Foundation organizes these plant tree foundation, and we are a part of it. So I took my son and we were planting a tree. I put a seed. While planting the tree, I told Hamdan, ki Hamdan, we are not planting this tree for us. We're planting this tree for the next generation, for somebody who we've not even met and who we don't even know. And then suddenly that struck a chord in me. I'm like, wow, we will never know the people who will benefit out of this tree. Never know them personally. So that's when I realized that legacy is not something that you leave behind. लोग बोलते हैं ना, I want to leave behind a legacy. I want to live a life and leave behind. No, legacy is what you grow today. Every moment that you make the right choice, that is the start of the legacy. It's what you grow today. And it was so beautiful for me. Like, हमें लगता है ना कि extraordinary हमें होना पड़ेगा कुछ change लाने के लिए, कुछ impact लाने के लिए. That we have to be extraordinary. We can't be ordinary. We have to be extraordinary to make a difference, to make an impact, to be a man of power, money, influence. But look at these stories. Everything is in contradictory. A man silently standing and admiring a watch. A boy sitting in a room watching a dance on a VCR. A father and a son planting a tree. A beggar giving a ring back to a complete stranger. Look at the ripples that it's made. Look at the change that is brought. What you do today in your daily life can be a change for somebody else. You might not even know what an impact it's made. और हमें लगता है कि यार हम लोग कुछ extraordinary नहीं कर पा रहे हैं लोग इतना सब कुछ नो you see this fingerprint on your thumb everybody raise your thumb you guys know that this fingerprint जब से दुनिया बनी है और जब तक दुनिया खत्म होगी nobody else will have this fingerprint and that is how unique God has made you and me that unique trillions of people have come lived and gone and trillions many more will come live and go but nobody will have the same fingerprint as you. So that is the power you hold, guys. That is the power I hold. It's the choices that we make every single day, every single moment. And that is what's going to create these ripples in life. And, coming to all of this, I just want to say that to empower somebody and to make the right decision, we have every moment to choose. और ये हमारे साथ ना रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में होता है. And that choices that we make is very important. अगर हमें देख के लग रहा है कि यार आज हमारे देश की हालत ऐसी है, हमारा सिचुएशन ऐसा है, the condition of our country is going in this direction, इतना hate, इतना ये और हम कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे. No, we can make a difference just by speaking about it, writing about it, discussing it with a fellow person. Your thoughts can resonate, make ripples, and create waves. Because I truly believe that being an NRI, growing up as an NRI, we were very patriotic, or I rather am till now, are very patriotic. क्योंकि हमारे में drill किया गया था by our parents, by our teachers in our school, and living abroad, I feel all culture है वहाँ पे. We are more cultured over there. We're really walking with our culture. When I came to India, I got a culture shock. यहाँ तो सब वेस्टर्न चल रहा है, यहाँ तो सब मतलब वैसे हम लोग वहाँ पे उतना हार्डकोर जो हमारे फेस्टिवल्स मनाते हैं और उसको फॉलो करते हैं, यहाँ तो सारा उल्टा ही है. तो बट I'm saying that we as a generation has to make that difference, and if we feel that things are not going right and the country is not heading in that direction, we got to get it back and get it in that direction. Being said that, I did write a few notes in case I forget something, but I haven't. Thankfully, I've come through everything. And yeah, this is the thing. This is one thing. Okay. So yeah, I've covered everything in my own way, in a different language. But last but not the least, I would like to say that I today, after this, don't want to leave you from here saying that you have to change the world, you have to make a difference, like what I just did sometime back, what I just said. कि ये ऐसे मत ले लेना कि भाई मुझे सब कुछ करना है, like मुझे अभी ये ripples बनाने हैं. नहीं, start observing the little things in everybody around. Mom, dad, watchman, friend, colleague, TV, everywhere. क्योंकि हर इंसान में ना अच्छाई भी होती है, बुराई भी होती है. ये नहीं न्याय. तो हर किसी की अच्छाई लो, बुराई मत. And start noticing that little things. And when you notice those little things, that little things might create ripples in you and then create a tsunami of your own. And I'd like to leave you with that because this gentleman is falling asleep. I hope I wasn't too boring, but thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for having me.